Our coverage of the Super Bowl continues here on Redskins.com, brought to you by HDL, the official health and wellness partner of the Washington Redskins. Here are two old friends, Mark Brunell and Ronaldo Wynn.
Two old friends. We're friends and we're old.
I don't have the grays that you got, but
Because you color your hair. You put something in there. I know it. Larry, I know he does.
I think he might, Mark. And you are grayer since the last time I saw you, but outstanding performance on ESPN. You do a great job. And Ronaldo, we know you're with Joe Gibbs Racing. But let's talk about the Redskins and the history of the Redskins. And let's start with Mark. Mark, you do know those touchdown passes against Dallas are that's one of the magic memories in Redskins history. And Santana, of course, is still with the team.
Yep.
What are your memories of that game, and in general, your thoughts on being in the Burgundy and Gold?
You know, it was probably my favorite moment on a football field. I think about that game often. It comes up, and it was we were as surprised as anybody, you know, and we without getting into the X's and O's, you know, the Dallas Cowboys presented a couple coverages that Santana, with his speed and the route concept that we had, he just got behind him. I had the easy part there. I just threw it up, but it was great. And my favorite moment was after the second touchdown, and he's running in his zone. I remember looking to the sidelines, and our team was just going crazy. And even Joe Gibbs was vertical jump was at about 3 feet. He was getting some air. But it was just fun, just to be in a moment like that in the locker room afterwards, and for the Redskins to beat the Dallas Cowboys like that was pretty special.
Yeah, one of my favorite memories of being involved with the Washington Redskins, and don't discount one. Those balls were right on the money, and Roy Williams, great job, by the way. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Only take. Hey, Ronaldo, how about you? You guys have something in common, having played for Jacksonville and the Redskins, and tell us about you're still working with Joe Gibbs, so you must remember it fondly.
no doubt about it. And I would have to say that was one of my favorite. And I didn't throw or catch any passes, but we did have some big stops on defense. We had to come up with the big stop there. You look at 4 minutes, there were 2 touchdowns scored. So defensively, we had to really manage the clock and come up with those big stops. And then at the end of the day, you had Sean Taylor back there, who caused a lot of people to drop a few balls there and, made a huge impact for us. So, again, to beat Dallas in Dallas, that probably was one of my favorite moments of my entire career.
Mark, obviously we're all buddies from years ago, but a good solid question for you would be, what do you think of Robert Griffin III going into the 2014 season, trying to put a 3-win season behind you? You got a new head coach in Jay Gruden. Don't know how well you know Jay or if you do at all, but you've been in this game a long time and excelled at the highest level. How do you see his season this year in 14?
Well, RG3, this is a critical year for him, and he's got a couple years under his belt. What's good for him is that he's with a good head coach, offensive-minded head coach. Jay Gruden is one of the brightest offensive minds in the NFL, and I think it's great for RG3. I think he's a hard worker. I think he wants it. And he couldn't be, and he's got a good supporting cast, so I think he'll do very well. But it's very important for him to understand right now that, hey, it's time to go to work. It's time to improve. He needs to be coachable. He needs to be humble. He needs to understand that he's only going to go as far as the guys around him. But he does have the head coach that could take him to the next level, which is necessary right now.
Ronaldo, a defensive question for you. How do the Redskins replace London Fletcher, another guy you guys know? And also, Brian Orakpo, a free agent. How important to re-sign him?
Well, first of all, London Fletcher, just his heart and soul of what he brought to the team as a leader, not just defensively, but overall, and even the community, the impact that he's had. So you can't replace a London Fletcher. But hopefully you can draft somebody, there in the draft, and kind of build from the inside out. You got to get younger. We're a little bit older there, and, if we can keep Orakpo to put that pressure and be that other guy on the other side of Kerrigan. But it'll be interesting. Is Raheem Morris, the new D coordinator?
Jim Haslett.
Jim Haslett.
Remains the coordinator.
He remains the quarterback.
Yes, sir.
It's
okay.
All the rumors I've been hearing.
You got a race team you're looking at. I know what you're doing.
Man.
You're down in North Carolina, but
I made that mistake on ESPN.
well,
that's okay.
You're not gonna fire me, are you?
You're excused.
All right,
You're
thank
done.
you. Thank you. Thank
friends
you.
forever.
All
You
right,
know
thank
that.
you, man.
You know that forever. You know that forever.
My bad.
It's okay, but it's the same difference.
Yeah.
I mean, you're Raheem Morris, Jim Haslett. They're both back, and
Yeah.
so you like Iraq Poso.
No, I think he definitely has to be a mainstay there.
That really killed the momentum in the interview. But nonetheless, these guys. First
I'm a
of all,
defensive guy,
did
man.
you go to the? Did you go to the alumni? You were at the alumni thing
Yeah.
last year. Okay, well he's
Hey, you
got to
gotta
come. He's
Mark.
got
You
to
gotta
come up to the
man.
alumni.
You got to come.
I would love to, absolutely.
All right, put him on the mailing list. Okay. All right. Before we wrap it up, free promotional opportunities. Two of my best buddies, former Redskins. Ronaldo, what are you doing these days?
Well, as you know, Joe Gibbs Racing is a big part of it, and we're about to start our Super Bowl as the Super Bowl is about to come to an end in Daytona. But also, more importantly, is the game plan for life. We talked about impacting other people's lives, and Coach Gibbs, he continues to do that with the ministry side. And man, I'm living the dream. I really am. To be able to go out and just use what God has given me, my platform, to impact.
Are you an
impact the
ordained
youth.
minister?
Yes, sir.
You are
Yes,
an
sir.
ordained
Yeah,
minister.
I sure am.
Okay. How often do you hold services, and
Well-
what is one of the messages you give the folks that want to listen?
Well, tomorrow I'm actually preaching at a church conference of about 1,000 guys. They're doing a Super Bowl extravaganza at St. Mark's in Burlington, North Carolina. So, I'm going to talk about being an underdog. We're all underdogs because, we have an enemy out there that wants to steal, kill, and destroy all of our dreams, our hopes. And at the end of the day, on our own, we can't do anything. We're just ordinary people, but through Christ, we're extraordinary. With Him on our side, with Him every step of the way. And I just want to just inspire others that, once we give it to Him and we trust Him, and we don't try to do it, because when I try to do it, I mess it up. Every time I mess it up. But it's easy. You just let go, man, and just give it to Him, and He'll lead the way.
Instant pulpit here. Instant pulpit. And, Mark, I know that you feel the same way about Ronaldo. I do want to ask you about your broadcasting career, and where do you think that might lead? I always thought you'd be a natural. You try to heckle me from outside that window at Redskins Park in manners which I don't want to describe here on
That's
television.
not true.
But
That's why I'm not an ordained minister. It's real easy to talk to you. Too easy.
But where's it heading for you? I mean, I know that you got your feet in the water there. Did you like it?
Yeah, I do like it. I've been with ESPN since last November. I'm enjoying it, and I'm also coaching high school football. So I've got two jobs going on right now, coaching high school ball and I'm an NFL analyst. Where it goes, I don't know. It's typically that's up to the boss. The bosses at ESPN, but I would love to make a career out of it and go forward and really good people. They do a good job, and it's a real great opportunity for me and my family.
Well, we could go on all day, but we're running out of time. Ronaldo Wynn, Mark Brunell, two of the great former Redskins from an era that I was there for, and so it's been a pleasure for me to have actually been around with you guys for players, and we'll be back with more from the Super Bowl here on Redskins.com.